Yes people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another match reaction video. As you can see outside the London Stadium, the worst away ground in the Premier League, but who cares? Bubbles well and truly burst. Pop, pop, the Hammers got hammered 3-0 to the Blues, and you know what? A really solid professional performance. One that I really wasn't expecting from us. I expected this to be a tight game, a tough game. West Ham haven't started the season well, but they've got quality, you know, Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, and we silenced them. We really silenced them. Professional performance. Everyone was on their game today. Another clean sheet, back-to-back clean sheets. Maresca becomes the first manager since Pep Guardiola in 2016 to win his first 3 away games in the Premier League, and we couldn't have asked for much more today. Maybe 1 or 2 more goals at the end. We could have maybe done that, taken advantage of a few opportunities that we did had, but ultimately it didn't really matter in the end. Obviously the starting lineup was what we expected it to be. You know, Fofana right back, Tosin coming in at centre back, Enzo back in alongside Caicedo, Sancho, Jackson, Palmer and Madueke, little front four there, and we were cooking, to be honest. We were absolutely cooking. That early goal was really important. You know, Jackson inside the first 5 minutes, you know, settles the nerves, gets you off to a good start, and you know, gets that confidence going, and you get into a bit of a rhythm. Really nice work from us. 2 assists in 2 games now from Jadon Sancho. Man United, thank you very much for that. What, 25 million was it? More assists he's got than any Man United player has managed this season, and we were on our way. Second goal, another great finish from Jackson. Outside the boot pass, I think, from Caicedo, and then a brilliant outside the boot finish from Jackson for his 3rd goal of the season. He's now got 3 goals in 5 and an assist as well. It's not a bad start either, and this is why he starts. And people need to put more respect on Nicholas Jackson's name at the end of the day. Since the start of last season, more non-penalty goals than Kai Havertz, Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak. You know, this is what we're talking about here. More non-penalty goals than a lot of top strikers, and this is why he starts over in Nkunku. Now, obviously, I've been saying in the build-up maybe Nkunku should be given a run, but this is exactly why Nicholas Jackson starts and he's in this team, because of what he offers. Not just the goals, but you know, the way that he runs channels, the way that he works hard, he stretches defenders. You know, he's a nightmare to play against, and his hold-up play, his link-up play, all of that good stuff. And this is what he offers to this team. And when he's not there, you can see what's missing. And Nkunku, who offers something different, he obviously is a much better finisher, but he doesn't give you what Jackson does in terms of all-round play, and he's not bringing to the table what Jackson does in terms of you know, offering something to the team. So unfortunately right now for me, Nkunku's gonna have a whole bench at the moment, and you know, if we were to sign a striker in January or next summer, Nkunku could be in big trouble because he's second choice striker right now. Another forward comes in, Jackson's staying, he's signed until 2033. The writing could be on the wall for Nkunku. I mean, this is obviously a very hypothetical situation, but it wouldn't look good for him if another centre forward did come in. And people need to start putting more respect on Jackson's name. He's a lot better than people give him credit for. You know, first start for Jadon Sancho today as well. Got another, 55, 56 minutes in the tank. Looked good. You know, it was a threat down that left-hand side. He was getting an assist for Jackson as well, looked a threat throughout, so that was important for us, and long may that continue. Let's hope he can continue to do that and make an impact. So far so good from him. Obviously not as good as his Bournemouth performance, but still, you know, more minutes in the legs, working back to getting to full fitness after not playing for a while. The balance in midfield was good as well. Enzo coming back in, had one of his better games. Moises Caicedo today, absolutely superb. Often playing in there on his own in midfield, breaking the play up, lovely pass for the Jackson goal. This was one of his best performances in a Chelsea shirt, and this is why we paid the money for him, for performances like this. Contrast this to his performance here last season on his debut, which was an absolute disaster. Gave the pen away and it was just an all-round shocker. Fast forward 12 months and this has been absolutely outstanding from him, and this is the Moises Caicedo that we paid the money for, and this is the Moises Caicedo that we need to see more of going forward. But this was a really great performance from him, and something that he can build on. And in terms of the team in general, you know, Maresca's doing a really good job, guys. He's doing a really good job in terms of how he's managing the game, how he's using the squad, using the subs. He's not afraid to switch things up. You know, Palmer comes off after an hour today. You know, he makes early change with Sancho off. You know, he's not afraid to do that. And look, it helps when you've got the options to make changes. And what we're noticing right now is, you know, obviously a great finish from Palmer today, but Palmer's influence has waned a little bit over the last couple of games. Teams are doubling up on him, you know, they're man marking him, and that's what you're going to have to get used to when you've had a breakthrough season and you've established yourself on the big stage. People are going to start doing a job on you, and he's still got his goal and he's still was effective. But when Palmer's not at his best, last season he would have just played 90 minutes regardless of the situation. Now, Maresca's not afraid to take him off if he's tired or if he's not having much of an effect. And we've got other options we can bring on. When you've got Netos, when you've got Nkunkus, when you've got Felix's, Mudrik's, etc., that you can bring off the bench, then you are able to take off players like Cole Palmer early, and it's not as much of a problem. Obviously, we want him to be doing well and stuff, but it's not a complete disaster if he ends up coming off early. And the supporting cast is stepping up now. Last season it was very much Palmer, and look, we still rely on him to deliver, and of course we want him to produce and stuff, but ultimately it doesn't matter as much now if he's not producing on a week in, week out basis, because the supporting cast have shown that they are stepping up and they are starting to deliver. But this for me was arguably the best performance of the season from us so far. You know, we ground out a result at Bournemouth. Wolves, we were good, but first half was pretty much basketball-esque, and then we were clinical in the second half. This, for me, was our best performance of the season. Everything was great. We defended really well. We were a threat going forward. We didn't get overrun or beaten in midfield. West Ham didn't really take advantage of any of our weaknesses that we've had so far this season. I thought they could have maybe targeted the middle of the park more, maybe targeted Fofana. Yes, the right-back situation today was probably the only downer. Fofana much better out than Disasi, but Malo Gusto not being fit is a big problem. So if we end up playing against better teams without Gusto, we have to play Fofana out there, it is going to be a problem. But I think he coped reasonably well. He did a good job. He equipped himself well out there. Obviously come off with a bit of a injury, slight knock. I mean, he had some heavy strapping on his knee at full time. Hopefully it's just a precaution and it's nothing too bad, because we don't want him spending more time on the sidelines. But I mean, yeah, the sun's shining. You know, we've come to West Ham, we've hammered them, we've burst the bubbles. You know, a brilliant performance. The curse is over, the streak is over. You know, this has been a real bogey ground for us, and we've managed to pick up the 3 points, and we look really, really good. And I know it's only 5 games in, but on what we've seen so far, I don't think we could have had a much better start to the season. The only thing you'd say is you look at Palace and think, yeah, we should have won that game. Other than that, though, this has been a really good start to the season. And this today, I think, was the first time, really, that everything has clicked across the performance. You know, we've had moments where parts of it have clicked and other parts haven't. But this, for me, was the first time where everything clicked for us. And we got the rewards for it. And when everything clicks, we are a very good team. We have got very good players. We've got a good manager who seems switched on, tactically seems to know what he's doing. And yeah, I mean, what more can I say? There's really no negatives from today whatsoever. Clean sheet. Sanchez was half decent again as well. Fair play to him. Tosin, by the way, a little mention on him. He was really good today. You know, he come in, you know, he marshalled that back line well. He played really well. He was, you know, authoritative. And yeah, he's a big unit, and you know, he offered something really good. Now, am I saying that he's going to come in and take Fofana's place alongside Colwell? No, I'm not saying that. But if he keeps performing well, taking advantage of his opportunities, then there is going to be, you know, a question for Maresca to answer if Tosin can keep performing to the level that he did today. Obviously, it's a big if, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the season ahead now. This has given me real good vibes about the season ahead. You know, feeling positive about life under Maresca. Yes, there's going to be more bumps in the road, but we've come here, a tough place to go, and we've absolutely schooled them. You know, we've made them look silly in their own backyard. So for me, things are coming together. You can see the quality we've got. Bowley and Egbali were both here today, sat next to each other. I mean, that would have been awkward. Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for any conversations there. But you know, there feels like there's a real togetherness. The scenes at full time, this squad, you know, they're a very likeable bunch. You really want to get on board with them. You know, they go to war for the shirt, and yeah, this is exciting. I'm excited for what's going forward. What more there is to come. Obviously, we go to Barrow on Tuesday, and that'll be wholesale changes there. Then Brighton at home, and then it's obviously Nottingham Forest the following weekend. Then it's the international break. So we've got 4 home games on the spin now, and this is a chance to build some momentum, put a marker down, and solidify ourselves maybe in the top 4 at this early stage of the season. So I'm absolutely delighted. A real great Saturday afternoon, made all the better. You know, clean sheet, 3 goals, Jackson scoring, Palmer scoring, players impressing. I mean, yeah, I mean, what a time to be alive, guys. What a time to be alive. The sun's out. What more is there to want, to be perfectly honest? Yeah, it could have been 4, could have been 5, but no, you can't have it all your own way. You can't have everything. And yeah, this was exciting. You know, West Ham were awful. I was expecting more from them, I have to be perfectly honest. I was really disappointed in them. But we also took advantage. We also played really well, and it was a professional performance. We controlled the game. Maresca got everything spot on, and the players are getting into this, you know, getting into his ideas. They're on board with everything that's happening now. They're understanding what's being asked, and tactically we're looking good. And yeah, long may this continue. On to Barrow on Tuesday night. I'm looking forward to that one for different reasons, and an opportunity to win a trophy potentially at the end of the day. It's a start of hopefully another run to Wembley. But yeah, guys, from the London Stadium, from the shittest away ground in the league, the sun's shining, bubbles have burst, pop, up the Chelsea. Make sure you subscribe, smash the likes and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you again in another one soon. Peace.